We are live. This is the NBA rundown coming off a 4-2 day, and we look to keep it going tonight. Tyler, you and I have already placed one bet. We're going to both join hands, go over that game, sing Kumbaya, and talk about it, and then we'll talk about, debate, and find the winners on the rest of the card. The channel's Nuke the House. Subscribe, hit the thumbs up. Tyler, how you doing today?
I'm good, but I think we might have the record a little wrong, Spread. Did we have 6 plays yesterday?
Yeah.
I swore we went 3-1.
Oh, did we? I went 4-3. So
Yeah,
okay.
I on the sheet we had Golden State. That was so 1-0.
Yeah.
The Cavs lost because they won on the buzzer beater,
1-1.
which was a
Yeah.
spectacular finish. So 1-1.
Uh-huh.
Then we had the Hawks 2-1.
We didn't have the Pistons.
We had the Thunder -10.
I bet the
3-1.
Pistons.
I bet the Pistons also,
And we
and I
didn't
had
put
their
it on,
money
huh?
line because we talked about that. So we should have been 4-1, but we were 3-1 on the sheet.
Okay. 3-1. Anyways, that's actually better than 4-2 in my head because we go up 1.9, not 1.8 units.
Yep.
Great. All right. So we're up. We're doing well. We're seeing the board. And we're betting the schedule here tonight. The New Orleans Pelicans are plus 6.5. They're in Indiana. They're taking on the Pacers. Tyler, you texted me last night and said we got to get on this game before it moves. And that was before we even knew that the Pelicans had issues getting out of New York and Indiana. So it's their fifth game in 7 nights. This is a fatigue spot that we always target. There could be players sitting out a little later today. I absolutely love the Indiana Pacers here. What's up to our guy Clyde? And I will throw it to you. You can tell them why you love them, and then I'll give some final reasons why.
Yeah, I mean, bounce back spot for the Pacers after taking the loss to the Raptors. They've been at home this entire time since the All-Star break, so they haven't had any travel. This is the third game in 4 nights for the Pelicans, fifth game in 7 nights.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Brandon Ingram plays tonight. He was a Q-tag all day yesterday. He suited up and played. He rolled his ankle early in that game, went to the locker room, came back out, played the rest of the game. Zion's also not going to play.
Wait, who rolled their ankle?
Ingram.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to play.
I think he is out for this game, even though it's still a Q-tag. I don't think he plays. I don't think Zion plays either. Mm-mm. And Trey Murphy also popped with a Q-tag. I think CJ McCollum comes back. I don't think that affects us much here, though. I think Indiana just kind of wipes the floor with them in this game. And this is also the 2 games in a row where they play each other. They'll play each other in Indiana today. Then they get 3 days off, and then they head to New Orleans. So,
and we're going to be on New Orleans there, and we're going to go 2-0.
So we're going to bet the Pacers here. We got them at -5.5. They're out to 7. I think they win the game by double digits. I mean, if all these guys sit for the Pelicans and they're playing like a slower game, the Pacers could easily be the team that just runs you off the floor and beats you by double digits. So I'm fine with the -7 still.
I am too. If you're looking at the spread of -7 in their last 10 losses, the Pelicans are getting blown out. So they've lost by 7 in only 7 or less in only 2 of those 10. Right? This is just a schedule spot. And this is why I think the NBA is losing fans, but we can win on it in gambling. Because it's just like, it's not even fair for the Pelicans tonight. We're not even analyzing basketball. Do you see what I'm saying?
It's a scheduled spot. It's just one of those ones where you just, even watching last night's game and seeing Ingram get banged up, seeing Zion start to gas at the end of the game, and then being on the road trip and then going back home after this game. Yeah. It's just one of those spots like you've seen it coming from a mile away. It's like, let's get in before the number moves. Some of these guys are going to be out. We've seen this spot so many times over.
And
the
even
last
if they're not,
years.
I don't care because they're going to be so fatigued. They're not going to keep up.
Yeah, they're not even going to play any defense. So they're just going to give 3 points to these Pacers. So I like the Pacers. I think it's an easy spot.
Yeah, bet it and forget it, like our guy Keg says. What's up to our guy Clyde? One thing, Tyler, let's talk about it on the first game. Unders have gone like 67% since the All-Star break. The market is hammering unders. Indiana, I think I might lean to the under in this one, although you're getting in way late on it. But they've been going under a lot, and I was thinking about that, and I think that's because Siakam's on the team. Not only is he slower on offense, he's better on defense. I would lean to the under, but I'm fine taking the side. I don't think I want to jump in on this Avalanche right now. So let's just talk hypothetically. Let's say we did start playing totals because we've been staying away from them a lot lately.
They cleared this total in their last 4.
Who? Indiana?
Yeah, 252, 245, 244, 252.
Okay. Yeah, let's stay away from the total altogether. But I was just saying, and this is just a fun gambling conversation. When you see something going on right now, right, like where everything's going under and the market's pushing everything under, how do you like to approach it? Do you like to just bet the streak and just keep betting unders till they die? Or do you like to kind of fade the market here? I don't know what this opener is, but I know off the top of my head that this Cleveland-Chicago game opened at 220.5. Now it's at 216. Do you like to try and get in on the other side while the market pushes everything down? What do you think the better way to approach this is when you have this huge trend that's going over all the games?
I don't like to buy in late on the trends, especially when it's all over Twitter and everyone knows about it now. Because that is normally the spot where all the casuals just go, I'm going to go bet all the unders today and see what happens.
Right.
And all the games go over. So I would rather buy back in seeing all the numbers dip today on the overs, but I also would just be fine just watching this play out. And I think you can kind of see as they start to flip back, and then you just start to buy in on that side.
Yeah,
like
and I think that's what we're going to end up doing.
If tonight of the 6 games, 4 of them go over, tomorrow I'm completely fine with just like blind betting some overs on all the games.
Yeah.
Because I think that you start to see the buyback, and then it starts to avalanche the other way.
Every single game except for one has dropped since the opener. Right. So, and we'll get into that game later. It's the Kings Nuggets. But we're in lockstep.
Another thing we got to talk about yesterday, a game that I think this is where you're getting the 2 losses from. How did Charlotte put up a football score at halftime? They scored 10 points in the second quarter. They had 26 points at halftime.
Bro, I'm so stupid.
That was like the perfect breakdown. I said, I'm not betting this game pregame because I want to make sure they're not down by 20 after the first quarter. And it was 56-16. Well,
and they play each other. You talked about the back-to-back, but their next game is in Milwaukee tomorrow night, or in Charlotte tomorrow night.
Can't make the number high enough.
It just seems to be a really bad matchup. Okay. Speaking about making numbers high enough, the biggest spread on the board tonight is the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are laying 12 against the Memphis Grizzlies. The total's 209. Tyler, this was 211, so it's not a huge drop, but when you compare it to its lower total, it's still pretty big. I have this game as an exact 11.5 point win for the T-Wolves, right around 210.7. So I have this pretty close to the number. If we're going to bet it, we are just kind of betting our feel for these teams. Memphis has been covering overall, but Minnesota's been covering against Memphis this year. Let me refer that. Yeah, they're 3-0 against Memphis so far against the spread this year. I want to say it goes back to that crazy series they had against each other, but I don't think enough players on the teams are around for us to matter here. I think you can make good arguments on both sides, Tyler, and I don't really have a feeling for this game overall. I guess if anything, I only have a 99.6 on the Memphis team total. Maybe a Memphis team total under here, but we're worried here with Gobert and Edwards both being questionable. I don't know what to do with this game, Tyler. What do you think?
I don't want to bet this game. I mean, Memphis looked like trash against the Nets.
Right.
Now Kennard's going to be out. Contrar's doubtful.
Let's not even talk about the injury report. It doesn't even seem to matter.
The rest of their roster's already hurt too. So it's like, all right. And Edwards looked like he popped his Achilles yesterday. That was a non-contact.
I don't think that he's going to play.
And then somehow he came back out in the second half. So yeah, I don't think he plays. Cat's going to be back, but Cat could literally be on his own tonight. So I don't want to lay 12 with a Cat-led Minnesota team and no one else around them. The total's low. I want to lean over, but Memphis could easily put up 80 to 99 points here, just like we're projecting them. So I'm just not betting this game. It's an ugly one. I'd rather stay away from it.
Yeah. All right. Let's just stay away from it. I mean, I can make a couple here in favor of Memphis, but let's not do it. Yeah, it's going to be a quick show today, guys, just so you know. Dallas Mavericks are -3.5. They're in Toronto taking on the Raptors. Total, 241. We hate Raptors totals. I don't even want to touch it. I think we are on opposite sides here, Tyler. Coming off that tough loss, I was kind of thinking about taking Toronto, but I don't really know what to do here with this team. Toronto's kind of changed their identity. They went from a defensive-oriented team to an offensive-oriented team by acquiring Quickly and RJ Barrett, who are both fairly good on the offensive end and not as good on defense. They've leaned into Scotty Barnes more as their team leader, and they will have a rest advantage here as, of course, Dallas came off that heartbreaking loss last night. So this is a tough one, right? I know I want to fade Cleveland off that big win, and we'll talk about that one in a bit. How do you treat a team coming off a heartbreaking loss? I think if they would have won that game, right? Like Struce just misses the 70-pointer, 70-footer or whatever that was. I think it'd be a lot easier
I'm on the
for me
Raptors
to
here.
take Toronto here.
Yeah, if Struce misses that shot, I'm 100% on the Raptors here because they get out with a fighting win in Cleveland. You know they'll have a bad taste in their mouth. I mean, PJ Washington's reaction was the greatest. He lays in the ball. He's flexing up and down the floor. He watches that ball fly over his head and go in. You just see him scratch his head, and he's like, well, I'll be damned. That
It was
shot
like he
went
was
in.
still even celebrating while the ball was in the air. And then it was like, what?
And
you saw Marcus Morris or one of the Morris twins' face. It was pretty funny, too.
This is one of the stupidest awards in the NBA. Like, if you go and check that on DK, like, Clutch Player of the Year award, Steph's like minus 400.
Bro, that's De'Aaron Fox's award. He's the inaugural winner.
And Max Strus just put up one of the greatest probably the greatest clutch performance of the season. He played 5 minutes in the fourth. He scored 15 points and hit all of his threes. Yeah. He's not even on the list for Clutch Player of the Year. That's how stupid that award is.
What do you mean? You can't win the award off one game.
I mean, what has Steph done outside of hitting that buzzer beater this year?
I don't know. When Fox won, it was based on true shooting percentage in the last 5 minutes when the game was within 5 points or less.
Yeah, that year Fox won it. Every game that the Kings came close, they were in a close game down the stretch. Fox was the one that closed the game.
Yeah.
I just think it's a stupid award. Strus should be somewhere on this list, and he's nowhere to be found. So,
all right. Well,
but back to this game.
We'll disagree about that. Back to the game. Mavericks laying 3.5. You like Dallas. I like Toronto. I don't think we're going to get there. What do you think?
Yeah, I like Dallas. They have a winning record with no rest straight up. They're 6-3 ATS with no rest.
Good point.
With a rest advantage, Toronto is 6-9 straight up. So they don't even have a winning record with the rest advantage. They're probably going to sit Podol tonight, so they're going to have a small front court. Luka's going to play. Lively's going to play. Exum's going to play. They almost beat one of the best teams in the East yesterday. And now they're going to play Toronto, who, they won 3 games in a row. But they beat Brooklyn, they beat Atlanta, and they beat Indiana in a nice spot. I think the Mavericks just throttle them right here. I think it's Luka's birthday. He's going to put up numbers. Nobody on that team's going to be able to guard him. Kyrie's going to get whatever buckets he wants. They're just going to put these guys in pick and rolls. And if Podol isn't out there, they don't stand a chance. I'm on Dallas.
Yeah. Another concern for me about the Raptors and why I'm not arguing with you more and really pounding the table here for Toronto is they did have like a little team party.
Yeah, he took the players out to dinner after they won 3 games in a row. He said, after we win 3 games in a row, I'm taking you guys out to dinner.
And it took till February.
Yeah. And Dallas has lost 2 games in a row. In the Western Conference, you can't just be giving up losses. They need to get back in the win column. I think they win this game by margin.
All right.
Much better team, better at every position. I just think it's one of the easier spots.
Not better at small forward.
Depends where you slot Luka in.
Put Luka at power forward.
At power forward?
Isn't that what they list him as?
I thought he's listed as the point guard. Kyrie's listed as the shooting guard.
I'll put up Grinder right now. What did they list him as?
The power forward's PJ, isn't it?
Yeah, you're probably right. No, they list him as point guard and Kyrie as a shooting guard. Incorrect.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought they listed it. And I'm taking Josh Green over RJ Barrett.
Yeah, so Scotty Barnes was the one that I was pointing out.
I'll tell you one thing about RJ Barrett. Anytime I bet against the Raptors and it's like a very close game down the stretch and you're watching RJ Barrett take the final shot of the game, you just know your bet won. There ain't a chance that ball's going in.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dallas better at every position. They name their score.
Who do you like better? I think Podol's better than Lively.
I don't.
Really? Why not?
I mean,
Lively hasn't been that good. After starting off so well, he hasn't been that good. I think that's half the reason they traded for Gafford. Was to draw back Lively's minutes a little bit.
Well, that too, and he's a rookie, so you don't want to kill him his first year. You got to make sure you have a vet there.
And he still gets into foul trouble.
Yeah.
So, I guess smarter.
As of right now, maybe Podol's slightly better, but I'm taking Lively if you made me pick between them.
Just for one game this season, not their careers.
With the way the lineups are built, yes.
Okay. I'm on the opposite side. But we're really splitting hairs now. You've talked me into Dallas. Maybe we'll play it or we'll stay away. That 6-3 against the spread with no rest, I think, is a strong trend. Do you see what I'm saying? I think it's
Yeah.
relevant. I think it matters. Good situation spot. Maybe let down for Toronto. Dallas or pass for us. No thoughts on the total. I have this set at 235 though. Whatever.
Huge
Here,
bounce back game for Tim Hardaway, too. He only had 4 points last game. He did not help those two guys. Luka had 40. Kyrie had 30. I think you could see him bounce back in a big way in this game.
speaking of bouncing back, Tyler, what a segue for the Chicago Bulls, who shot an amazing 6.9% from the field in their last outing against the New Orleans Pelicans. That's right, Tyler. It was one of the worst shooting performances in the last 5 years. Top 5, last 5 years, worst from 3. I expect the Bulls to bounce back tonight. I also think it's the opposite of the Mavericks. We got a lit down spot for Cleveland. We talked about New Orleans being in a tough situation. Obviously, a much shorter trip from Cleveland to Chicago than New York to Indianapolis. However, 5th and 7 games, Bulls are going to bounce back. I'm taking the Bulls. Tell everybody why you're not joining me, and I'm going to be eating steak alone tonight.
Because I think this is one of the worst teams in the league, and I hate them.
They're not one of
And
the worst teams in the league.
Every time I bet a game that they're involved in, they lose it for me or take the bet from me by winning the game.
Then don't bet it so I can win because
I'm just not betting it. They match up terribly in this spot. Caruso might sit. He got hurt on the last play of the game last night. Even though the Cavs went on a buzzer beater, like if Chicago shooting doesn't improve drastically, well, they ain't scoring in the paint against these two big guys. So I think the Cavs win, but I'm not betting this game.
I'm all over the Bulls. I think they can win.
Michael Jordan ain't coming through the door to score buckets. I'll say that.
Why were you sending me stuff that Michael Jordan's stats were padded?
No, it wasn't his stats were padded. They said that John Stockton's stats were padded, and I was.
They still do that to this day.
Yeah,
they
did it
like
with
the Warriors.
It was the same guy that did it with Memphis.
Is it?
It was legit the same guy that did it with Jaren Jackson last year.
Yeah, the Warriors are stupid with that shit too. Any sort of pass. Like you could pass it to me and I could like dribble and do like 10 dribbles in a spin move and make a layup and they give me an assist.
Yeah, it just makes no sense.
Yeah. All right. That's why I think the assist is my least favorite prop.
This is the one way I can agree with you on Chicago here. Okay. First half. Because if anything, the Cavs off the buzzer beater win, come out flat, and the Chicago Bulls take a lead in the halftime. But then after that, I think you could throw everything up in the air and anything can happen. You could watch the Cavs storm back and win the game by double digits. You could watch it be a fight till the end. Or you could watch the Bulls just cruise. But I don't want anything to do with this game after the first half. If it's on the Bulls side.
Okay. Jason Graham in the chat. What's up, my guy? I think this is going to be the second half of the answer to Keg's question. Keg says, any two-team moneyline parlays you guys like tonight? Indiana? Yes, we like that one. What about pairing them with the Denver Nuggets? Tyler, before we got on the show, we talked about the Sacramento Kings defeated the Nuggets 3 times this season. You told me there's no way that the Nuggets lose all 4 season games to the Sacramento Kings. Now tell the people why.
I mean, I didn't think they were going to lose the last one, and they did. But they also had a starter that was out that game. And the 3 matchups they've played this year, they haven't had their starting lineup. Mm-hmm. Well, tonight, there ain't a single Denver Nugget on the injury report, and their entire starting lineup's in. De'Aaron Fox is a game-time decision with a knee contusion. It's a bad spot for the Kings. I think that Denver names their number here and just blows this team out. Jokic just gives Sabonis a taste of his medicine. I know Sabonis has been playing well, but Jokic is the final form of that kind of player. He's going to show him why he's won back-to-back, or not back-to-back MVPs, but 2 in the last 3 years. Finals MVP last year. If Fox doesn't go, they don't stand a chance. Jamal Murray scores a lot of points too. So, I mean, I think that is the 2-team moneyline parlay. Gets you about the minus 120, and there's a Jokic triple-double and win at plus 160 on FanDuel. Love all 3 of those.
All right, if I'm just going to make a case for taking the Kings plus the points, because I agree with you, if we're going to do that moneyline parlay, Denver's 5-8 as a home favorite since Christmas. Kings are 10-6 ATS as road dogs, and they're not winning a lot of those games. They're just covering. Yeah. So, I don't know. I kind of agree with you there. If Fox isn't 100%, I'm a big guy in superstar subtraction, but for the Kings, it simply doesn't work. The drop off is just too much.
The drop off's too much, and the way he plays is impossible to replicate by a backup.
And they become a completely different. Well, because their backup is basically like great value Drew Holiday.
Yeah. And
It's
I
like
mean,
Drew Holiday on defense, but he can't score.
Denver's been on a roll since the break too. They beat Washington by 20.
Spread. Yeah.
They beat Portland by 15, and they beat Golden State by 16.
Yeah. You can talk me into the Nuggets here.
I'm taking the Nuggets.
All right.
I'm taking the Nuggets, and I don't mind either if they do start the game slow and it looks like it's going to be bad and like they all of a sudden become plus money. I'll turn around and bet them again, take their money line. Because how many times have we watched this team storm back in the second half and win the game?
Yeah. All right. Taking the Nuggets. Final game of the night, Tyler. I was telling you before we started, and then it was just time to start the show, so I didn't finish. But I kind of want to take the Clippers as a hedge against my best ball because I have two teams that are in third place that have LeBron and AD on them respectively. So if those guys have big nights, right, that would be good for me because I can not hopefully jump into second and advance into round 3. But so that's one of the reasons why I was thinking about taking the Clippers. But let's just break this game down like normal people. Clippers usually do well against the Lakers up until this season. I think the Lakers are 2-1 against them so far this season, right? They're also 2-1 against the spread. Home road splits don't really matter here. I don't know. I guess if Paul George was in, I'd already bet it. Since he's not, I'm not sure what to do. What do you think?
I think I got to side with the Clippers here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, since the break, the Lakers have lost to Golden State by 18. They beat the Spurs by 6 or 7.
Okay, in that Golden State game, though, LeBron didn't play, and like we all know that AD is just like he'll never be a team leader.
Yeah, and then Phoenix beat him by 10. So I don't.
And they were full strength that game, right?
Yeah,
and that game was a big game to him.
I want to lean.
It was in Phoenix though.
I want to lean Clippers here. The Lakers just haven't done well in the series. They've won 2 of the last 3, but outside of that, they've gotten smashed by this Clippers team.
Mm-hmm.
My only worry, I'm not even worried about Paul George sitting. My worry is Zubac sits and AD just goes nuts.
It doesn't matter. AD's going nuts no matter what. Even against Zubac, he usually has a big night. The thing is, as we've shown against the Warriors, he can have a huge night. He can go for 30 and 15, and your Clippers bet is fine.
Yeah.
For the Lakers to win and / cover, D'Angelo Russell's going to have a good night. He's been playing well lately. Austin Reeves is going to have a big night. I don't know. He hasn't been playing that good. And then just one of these random bench players is going to have to go off. Well, I know Rui's technically starting, right? But you're going to need a Dinwiddie game. Maybe a good.
He has been terrible.
Well, he sucks now.
Yeah. He has been so bad.
Just because certain players age well, other players aren't. I don't think he's going to be good ever again.
No, I don't think so either.
At least not on a good team.
Awful.
He's going to be maybe get a bunch of stats on a bad team, but I don't think they'd even want him. He's like, I'm trying to think. I want to see Terry Rozier, but he's got a chance to prove he can win.
I kind of like James Harden props here. I think he torches D'Angelo Russell.
That's not hard to see.
He's going to get a bump in usage too with Noah Harden. Let me look at his game logs recently. See how he's been shooting the ball. Nothing's better when you type in a question on StatMuse and it doesn't understand the question. It gives you the J.R. Smith like squint face.
What are you looking at? And I'll go over some other stats while you do that.
James Harden's game logs. So he's done decent. He's been shooting a lot of threes. 2 for 10 last game, 1 for 4, 3 for 6, 4 for 9, 3 for 8, 2 for 8, 5 for 6, 6 for 9, 5 for 9. That number's sitting at 3.5 plus money. Do not hate that. His points plus assists could be a bet. He's scoring around 20 points per game, and he's always getting around 8 assists. So what is that number? Let's see.
Are we concerned the Clippers are 1-6 against the spread over their last 7?
Not really.
And after that great run, they are 6-4 over their last 10 games. So they
I mean, here,
been...
if you just want to argue schedule, because we talked about this being like a schedule betting day.
Yeah.
Since February 7th, the Clippers have went loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. Last game out, lost to the Kings. Yeah. If the pattern continues, they win tonight.
All right, I like that. I mean, I want to bet the Clippers. I don't want to bet on the Lakers. Why would you want to bet on that terrible team?
Yeah. If you want to get deep into the schedule, there's a pattern for you. But I just think James Harden plays well tonight. I think Kawhi plays well. And I don't think those Lakers guys step up. So I'm on the Clippers here.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to place a bet and say, I really need D'Angelo Russell.
James Harden's points plus rebound or points plus assists is 29.5. Love that.
All right. Is it official?
You want to wait for injury news?
What are we waiting for? It could only be good for us if we like the Clips.
Zubac sits. What's his number move to? 2?
Nothing.
You think it stays exactly where it's at? I think it drops somewhat. I think it gets down to 2.5. It maybe 2.
No way. He's not worth a point now.
You're gonna have all the casuals.
Not when he always gets smashed in this matchup, anyways.
I mean, we know that, but everyone's gonna see, big man out for Clippers. Let's go run bet Lakers because AD's gonna smash. That number's gonna move.
I'm not waiting.
I don't hate the wait, but I'd lean Clippers here.
All right. Here's our official plays. Pacers. Oh, fuck. You're not joining me on Bulls, are you?
I'm not betting that team.
All right. So we got 3. Come on. Take a dog with me, bro.
Not that one. I don't like any of the dogs on today's card.
Bro, you got dogs barking in the background all the time. Listen to them.
Not that you didn't hear him today, did you?
No, actually, I didn't.
Exactly.
You want to start arguing about Bo Nix now? All right.
No, we're not.
You've been serving me all day, right? I mean,
when you said that the Pac-12 was close to the SEC, I almost lost it.
No, I said it was the second best conference, and it was closer to the SEC than it's ever been.
I'll have Keg come on here and scold you for saying that.
He's not. He's going to completely agree with me that the Pac-12 was far and away the second best conference in the nation this year. They're way better than the Big Ten this year.
They still produce shitty quarterbacks.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
You're acting like Jared Goff sucks.
I mean, he's been good for 2 years since Ben Johnson showed up. Everyone else wanted to throw him in the trash before that.
He's made a Super Bowl. He has huge stats every year. He continues to get better.
Every year?
When did he have bad stats? Even under McVay, he had good stats.
Maybe that's the year after the Super Bowl. He didn't look too good. The years before the Super Bowl, he didn't look all that good.
I can't believe you're hating on Jared Goff. I'm telling Meg. Did I bet Chicago already? I did. All right. So
Justin Herbert gets a pass for everything. The last good Pac-12 quarterback is named Aaron Rodgers.
Justin Herbert is a good quarterback. Wait till you see this. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. You're not going to join me, huh? On this Bulls. Bro, can I just do it? Can I just put it on the sheet?
You do what you want, but I don't want any complaints.
Can I put it on the sheet?
Do your thing, yeah, but I don't want any complaints if the Cavs bust their ass.
Fuck, I'm trying to do a parlay right now. The Pacers just went off the board. Okay, it's back on. All right, we have 4 plays tonight, guys. Bulls plus 5.5, Nuggets -7, Clippers -3.5, Pacers -6.5. Tyler, the only total I was thinking about if we wanted to go over. Oh wait, I'm not betting $500 on this parlay. $100. Only a 14er, huh? I want to throw in a foot. Oh, what about Mavericks? Are we getting there?
I'm down for the Mavericks.
It dropped to 3. Yeah, fuck that, dude. Raptors suck.
There you go, spread. There you go.
That just made my parlay 100 to win 24-48.
There you go. You bought in.
All right. And so we're doing 5 plays tonight. I do 500 a game, and I'm doing 100 on a parlay for all of them. Tyler, only total I was thinking about would be to go over on the Clippers-Lakers. They've gone over 4 of the last 5 times. I think we touched on it earlier, though. Totals are touchy right now. And I feel like we got a good handle on the sides. There's no reason to push into it. But if you force me to take a side or, play a total today, the 2 that I would take, we're talking about what we did earlier, we're going to fade the line movement, go over in the Lakers Clippers and go over in the Bulls Cavaliers. However, those will not be official. This is just something that we're monitoring while we continue to get this unit count back up by crushing the sides. I feel like we got a good handle on it. We have a good handle on these teams. We're betting the schedule more often than we're betting the teams. But when we got a chance, we're also taking an opportunity to bet these teams. And I feel like the Clippers-Lakers is a chance for us to bet the teams and not the schedule tonight, right?
I just want to throw in one total bet because those two overs you liked. Mm-hmm. My drawback on those is you could easily watch the Cavs and the Bulls just not score any points tonight, and that could be like 105 to 99.
Which is why we're not betting it.
The Lakers-Clippers total, just I don't want anything to do with that because that could instantly be an ISO ball game. The only over I'd bet is the Pacers game.
At 237.5?
Because they could score 140 points.
Here's my worry. The Pelicans come in and put up like 105. If you want to bet that one,
I legit think that could be enough.
Pacers team total, if you want to bet that.
I think 105 to 110 from the Pelicans could be enough in this spot.
Okay.
The Pacers are going to hang like $130 tonight.
Bro, let's go 5-0. Give me that 2,400. Oh, dude. You want to know what happened to me today? You know how we've been on a nice little run?
Let me hear.
I needed money for my credit cards. I pull it out. Bookmaker's awesome. I get it to Coinbase in less than 20 minutes. Coinbase is down. So I can't get it into my freaking bank account.
Yeah, they said Coinbase is all messed up.
How long is this going to last?
I have no idea.
So annoying, dude. I needed that for my
They said Bitcoin went up to like 60K or something.
Is it just going to sit there and go up while it's just sitting in my wallet then?
Yeah, it should.
Oh, that's cool. All right, there you have it. We'll be back tomorrow. We are also going to do a NBA best ball on Fanspeak. So follow us on Twitter/X so you find out about that. I'll be the one drafting, and I'm going to have Tyler just help me. So I'll put my screen up on the board, and we're going to talk through these things. And I've been good on season-long NBA best ball, better than I was at NFL. Not surprised. I'm looking at some pretty big payouts here. I had 6 teams make it into round 2, and I'm advancing on 3 of those. So I'm in the top 2 in 3 of my next 6 teams. Feeling pretty good about that, Tyler.
Yeah.
If just those 3 advance, I'm up money on the year for NBA best ball. If it were to end today, I'm up money on the year, even if I crash out in the next round. And I have pretty solid teams. So because of injuries, I think I get a good chance to get one into the final round.
Let's just get him into the finals and see what happens from there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so sweet to be free rolling at this point. Automatically profit, and then I just start rooting. I'm actually going to start paying attention to my players more. I got Şengün and everyone that's advancing. How you like that, Tyler?
I don't mind that.
All right.
One other prop, I just thought about this looking at these matchups.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Conley revenge game. And he might be one of the only guards in that backcourt. What's his points prop at? It's got to be low. Let's see. 10.5. I'd play at 10.5. The 15 plus is plus 250. That doesn't sound bad. And I think that's as high as it goes on FanDuel. There's no 20 plus for him.
All right.
But you're telling me if Ant Edwards sits, he can't easily get the 15 points? In a matchup against the Grizzlies where they're going to be running guards out that play like G League basketball next year when all the guys
I might also consider points plus assists.
I don't mind that either. Yeah, because that's going to be low too. It's probably going to be like 17.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Nah, it's not going to be that high.
16.5.
16.5?
Well, you figure if his points prop is 10.5, his assist line's probably 6.
Yeah. All right, there you have it. Also final moneyline parlay. I'll throw that in. I'll write it to you guys. Kings, Nuggets, moneyline parlay. What is that? Oh, that's not bad. It's about minus 110. I put it in for 330 to win 301. Minus 110 exactly. All right, there you have it. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll tweet out when we're going on Fanspeak. Tyler and I got to talk about that. But we'll be back for this show, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. We're going 5-0 tonight. Nuke the house.